Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, streaming January 25th, only on Netflix.
Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. I'm your host, Debbie, and today we have a very special guest here in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Kobe Marsh, and I am the owner of Grandaddy Willow.
Yeah, so welcome. Thank you for coming. One of the first questions I love to ask my guests when they come on the show, especially first time, is what brought you to Waco, or are you a Waco native?
So I'm not a Waco native. However, I was here and I went to Baylor for about 4 years. And then I left in 2015 because I had some medical issues and I moved to Houston for that. And so then me and my fiance were in Houston and it got super expensive out there. Quite frankly, before when I was in Waco, I was like, I really wanted out. And then, but something kept drawing me back here.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, let's look at Waco. He was like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I just, something is calling to me. I kept praying about where I needed to go next. And that just kept popping up. So we found a place here. We moved here like 2 weeks before the pandemic started.
Oh no.
And I had a job lined up and I just transferred from a retail place I was working at in Houston. And I moved here and I went there. I was only there for a week before everything shut down.
No.
And but so we've been here since right at the start of 2020.
Wow.
And it's changed so much. It's not the Waco I did know. It's grown in more than just like physically. It's grown in the type of people that are here, the welcomeness, the just the vibe of Waco has changed a lot since I was within 5 years of being gone.
Yeah.
So
I actually hear that a lot from local creatives. I hear that all the time. Like, I went to school here, I left, I said deuces, I'm never going to see you again in Waco. And then something just brings them back in. Yeah. It's called the Waco Suck. I don't know.
I guess, 'cause something.
TM, trademark.
I was really against it. I was like, why? I don't want to go back there. And then I was like, you know what? And then I listened and I went and it's really changed a lot. About my life.
I love that. And that's fantastic. And, that just brings so many diverse life experiences. And I really say Waco is a melting pot. Like, we have a little bit of everybody everywhere here.
Yes,
so
it really is.
It's kind of great getting to see people moving away and coming back with new experiences and then wanting to bring them here to Waco.
Yes.
And now we're here today to talk about you opening your own business. So tell me about that.
So my business really started about back in like 2017. Well, really, I guess if you want to go further back, the seeds started when I was 5. I was diagnosed with something called Chiari malformation. And when I was 5 years old, I had 7 surgeries in a 10-week period. I had a lot of different complications occur. And I saw many miracles, things that doctors would say, well, that doesn't happen. But it did. So since I was 5, I have battled chronic pain. Various brain and spinal surgeries. And then in 2014, I believe it was, I had a second Chiari decompression because my Chiari, as it rarely does, it grew back.
Oh, no.
And so they had to go in and do a second Chiari decompression. And during that Chiari decompression, something occurred. They still do not know what caused it.
Oof.
I have my theories, but they lost signal to the entire right side of my body.
Oh,
And
no.
so when I woke up from that surgery, I was paralyzed from the neck down, and I had no control over my body. And so that surgery really changed my life. That was the first brain surgery I had where I thought differently afterwards. I had to relearn how to study, how to comprehend things. And just it really changed how I looked at life. And up until that point, I was always going to go in to be an attorney, and I was going to help like malpractice, stuff like that. But then due to what the stroke did to my brain, it caused my inability to handle stress. And I had to look at the very real reality that law school is a very stressful thing.
I think so.
And I was like, I just don't think I can do this. And I went through a period where I didn't know what I was going to do. And then I kept having doctors tell me, you have to live in this pain. I'm so sorry, but this is just your life. You have to learn to live like this, or you have to take these prescription drugs that caused other things to happen in my body that were not healthy. And so I started looking at teas, was the first thing I did to try to help with migraine prevention. Then I decided that, my low back and my neck were really bothering me. And I was like, surely there's something I can come up with. And so I did a lot of research, and I developed first stage of its development, because the first product was not something that I would sell. It was super greasy. It worked, but it would get all over the sheets. It would get all over like shirts. Family and friends would use it, but they'd be like, I don't know, it's just a little too greasy. And I'm like, I know,
but it works.
And so, the final product that I sell now has gone through, it's like 7th recipe.
Wow.
And it works. It has a unique and custom blend of essential oils that work to alleviate pain and everything like that. And that was the first thing I ever created to help. And every single one of my products were created either for myself or somebody else. I've created a shingles oil. My mom was down visiting one time, and she'd never had shingles before, but she was like, I'm pretty sure this is shingles. And so I was like, hold up, let me do some research. And I whipped up an oil that she put on, and it started helping with the pain. It helped with the blisters to kind of go down. She went to a doctor, and the doctor was like, what have you been putting on this? It's really helping. And so that's what I like, is when I can make a product to help somebody. And because just like that cream that I made for myself gave me hope, that's what I want to do for others.
I love that.
So, and so this store, I first started really selling things, I guess, more professionally in 2021. Yeah. I did a little market at the mall. And people liked my products.
Aww.
I had people say that, the pain cream helped my arthritis, stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this could actually be a thing for me. And over the years, over the past 2 years, I've done more markets, and I've become a certified natural healing consultant. And it just, it felt like the right time. I didn't know, it got to a point where I was like, I don't know what else I'm going to do. So, that's how the store idea came about.
Oh, I love that. And also, so the name is Grandaddy Willow.
Yes.
Why Grandaddy Willow?
So, and that's one thing I forgot to mention was I came to Baylor because of my granddaddy. He, I grew up coming to games with him and seeing, it was just it was just good memories. And he was a man, probably gonna get emotional. He was a man that was very selfless. He helped everyone. He had a huge heart. He was one of those men that was kind of scary, but he had that soft core. And he was always there to help somebody, and he was a pillar of strength. And he died of cancer. I believe it was in 2006. I might be wrong on that, but it was about the time I was 11 or 12. And so the Granddaddy part is named after him. because I know that I couldn't be who I am without him. And my grandmother has been one that has helped me a lot with, especially financially, helping getting the business going and other things like that. And so, but I named it after my granddaddy so that he was always a part of me, because I also believe that he's one of my guardian angels.
Aww.
And so that's where that part came from. And then the willow, I have always been drawn to trees. I've always felt that they were wise. They've seen the good and the bad of humanity. And willow trees have always been very just regal to me almost. I even when I was at Baylor, we had to write a poem about an inanimate object and make it animate, and I chose a willow tree. And I've just always been drawn to them. They comforting, almost like the grandmother willow in Pocahontas. Is something about it just is very comforting and wise. So, with the name Grandaddy Willow, I want my store to be a place where people can come and find solace underneath the shade of Grandaddy Willow.
Aww.
And because that's what I want to do. And so that's those two things coming together are, wisdom, strength, perseverance, and love and comfort.
I love that. And you're having your grand opening coming up.
I am.
So tell me all about it. What can we expect? What's all going to happen?
It's going to be the 2nd and 3rd, Friday and Saturday of June. And so I am debuting a few new products. The main one is going to be beard oil and beard balm. I have been asked about that.
My husband, full beard.
And I guess, I have a beard, so I guess people are like, well,
they're like, hey, you got to know.
And so that's the main thing that's kind of debuting is that. And it's just in time for Father's Day as well. So on Friday, when you come in and shop, there's going to be sales and deals on both Friday and Saturday. And on Friday, if you come in and shop, with any purchase, you'll get a free amethyst worry stone.
Amethyst, my birthstone.
Yes,
I'm an amethyst girl. I'm a Pisces. I have my ring.
And then the other thing is that we so I said that I love the teas. I have lots of custom tea blends for various things, from headache support. I even have some that help with
it's okay, just take a breath and then just start back over.
Dysmenorrhea and things like that. And so with the tea, if you buy a tea tin, with any purchase of tea, you'll get now this one is a surprise while supplies last, because I don't have a ton of them.
Yeah.
But so if you want one, come on quick.
Get it early.
It's these straws. They're like strainer straws. I call them strainer straws. I don't think that's the correct term.
It could be whatever you call it.
Yes. But I like them a little bit better than like tea strainer cups, because you just put the loose leaf tea in the mug, let it steep, and then you sip through the straw. Yeah. And lots of people are like, well, is it hot on the straw? And it's not. So I have those, and so you get one of those with every tea purchase.
Wow.
And then on Saturday, that's going to be buy one, get one 50% off on all the beard products.
Ooh.
So
Father's Day, like you were saying.
Yes. And we're going to have four beard products or beard fragrances. I will say that almost all my products do not contain like fragrance oil, except for the beard ones. The only reason the beard products have a fragrance oil in it and not just essential oil is mainly because when you use beeswax, it doesn't smell too great when you mix it with essential oils. And I do have one fragrance though that is just essential oils if someone's really sensitive. But that is one thing. All my products are made handmade, small batch. They don't have any like sulfates or natural preservatives or anything like that. We also have like bath salts. Big believer in bath salts and in your bath.
Oh, yeah.
And we do have crystals and some books and things, because I do feel part of my physical healing journey has been a spiritual healing journey too. And then the other thing that we will have is I also make tie blankets. People always kind of are like, how does that tie in? Well,
tie in?
Let me tell you.
I see what you did there.
And I'm like, well, what heals the soul better than a big warm blanket?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's how that's kind of tied in. But I have a kind of my shtick is that I make really big tie blankets.
Ooh.
So they're like 8 feet long.
Ooh.
And
that's my kind of blanket.
Yes. Because the other ones fit me. So I'm like, I need a big blanket to cozy up in. And I made it's a really big kind of Grogu inspired blanket.
Oh, I love that.
And
I think I saw it in one of the pictures. Yeah.
And so that one's gonna be I'm kind of raffling that one off. So, $10 a ticket. So you could get that big blanket for just $10. And that's actually gonna go like that whole first week that we're open, and then we'll do like a live Instagram drawing on the 9th, I believe.
All right, perfect.
So yeah, I really want this store to be a place where everyone feels welcome to come in, no matter your religion, no matter what you believe in, or who you are, what your sexuality is. No matter, I want everyone to feel comfortable here. And I even have a little sitting area for people, come and sit and chat, or if they have questions about something they're going through, because that's one thing I do tell people anytime I meet anyone in a market or anything like that. I tell them, if I don't have a product for something, tell me what you're dealing with, and I will do my best to figure out something to help. Because everyone who's fighting some kind of chronic illness battle, they need tools, they need weapons to fight back against that monster. And that's what I hope to provide. And so that's where lots of my products came from, is helping people figure those things out. And now I can't treat or diagnose, but I can advise and give, advice on things that might help and stuff like that. But yeah.
Well, I love that. And I'm so excited for your grand opening. It's going to be a great weekend full of fun. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
All right.
And now for a word from our sponsors. And now back to the episode. And welcome back. So we were just talking about your grand opening, which we're so excited for. It sounds like you've already gotten yourself so immersed in the Waco community, and people can definitely look forward to that and coming to the shop to find out more and really just create this loving and healing environment, which is so important. One of the things I love to ask our guests on the podcast is, what is something you would like to see more of in Waco?
I would like to see, it's something I already see, but I want more of it.
More.
I love it.
That's okay. You can be selfish with more.
It almost shocked me how supportive people were of me, of like opening this. And that's not something that I see in like big cities or anything like that. I've told people, Waco's like a bigger city with that small town charm.
Yes.
Because I've encountered people that, I've had my hairstylist, I've had other business owners really support me, talk me up. I've had a lady who does my pedicure. Aww. She's gotten me customers, and I'm just like, that's like, I don't think people know how much that means to like a small business owner who every sale is just like so exciting and like such a big deal. So I want to see more of that community. I want to see more of that togetherness, more of that. It doesn't matter if you believe something different than I do. We can still get along, be friends, and build a better world and a better Waco. Like that's what I'm seeing more of since I've moved back, and I want to keep seeing more of that. That's what I think is going to help Waco be even better. Yeah, is if we can learn to just, even if we don't agree with someone, don't bring out hate. Just be like, you know what? I don't agree with you. That's fine. but that doesn't mean you have to hate them.
Mm-hmm.
That just means, they don't believe or agree with what you do.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. I think I want to see more of that togetherness and understanding and community.
I love that. And my unofficial adopted slogan I've been trying out is be the Waco you want to see.
Yes, I love that.
So I always tell people, like, we're at such a critical point right now in Waco history. Like, if we don't continue moving forward and we just don't, support those small businesses and support those other people, we're going to fall behind in the next 5 years. We're not going to have anything else to really latch onto. So this community has been really great with supporting small businesses. And again, it sounds like you've already been very well connected. Is there anybody you want to maybe shout out that has helped you along this journey?
I am very thankful. The first time I ever really sold anything in a store was at Utopia.
Yes, love them. Shout out Amber.
Yes. I sold there for a little while. Then I sold a little bit at Celestial Sisters over in Hewitt. There's two people that I'm so grateful for. Cassie Robertson and Kylie Skellington for the
love
Waco,
you guys
for the Waco Wellness.
Yes.
Because I have gotten so many customers and I've developed so many friendships with other vendors because of those markets. And I'm so grateful for them for that, because I probably wouldn't be in the mindset that I could open a store if I hadn't done those markets and seen that there's a place for me here. And so I am very grateful for them for that. And then there's two other people here. There's Kara and Chris at Gallery 11. They have been so helpful. They have given me so much advice on opening a business, because they just did it. And so they've given me a lot of information about what to do, what not to do, to make sure that just the stuff that you're supposed to do and not do. I mean, that's just been very helpful, because I've been very stressed. And
understanding.
Am I doing everything legally? Like,
that's always the concern.
Just the fact that there is that community here, has been really great. That I have those people that have helped bring up my name, and I've been able to see how things work. And
I love that.
So, yeah.
And with that, I know kind of, you are learning through this, but what is some advice you would give someone else who wants to start their own business?
I would say do it. Because I'm still trying to tell myself you can do it.
You can do it. I'm that guy from the Adam Sandler
movies.
Just
fight that voice that says that there's not a place. Fight that voice that says, no, you can't do this. It's not going to work out for you. And I daily fight that voice. It is one of those things where I've had to be okay with learning along the way, because I'm a person that wants everything in its place all at once. And that is not how it's been. So not been stress-free, but just go for it and power through those times that you're like, oh, I can't do this. And honestly, without the support of my mom and my fiance, I probably wouldn't have kept going.
Wow.
So, even coming here, I was like, I'm all nervous, but my fiance was like, you'll be fine. I believe in you. And, he has been very helpful with getting my store up. And so another thing is, if you can have some help, rely on that help. Don't be afraid to say, yeah, I need help, because I couldn't have done it without my mom or my fiance, with how much that they've helped me get the store ready. My fiance has gone to events with me, which if you've never done events are very difficult.
And hot usually.
Yes. You're pretty much setting up a whole shop in like an hour, and you're usually there for about 4 to 6 hours. I think you have to tear it all down. Yep. And it's very draining, especially with someone who, I deal with chronic pain every day and everything like that. I wouldn't be able to do it without him. And so I'm very grateful for the help that I've received. And at times I do feel like, oh, well, should I be asking for help and stuff like that? But at the end of the day, it's okay. And so, if you want to start a business and you have someone there to help you, do it.
I love that.
And just rely on those friends and the family that's there to help.
I love that. And that really goes with your whole mission behind your business as well. What would you say is like one of your goals to achieve by the end of this year?
Oh,
It can be quantitative, qualitative, all of the above.
I would like to have a lot of repeat customers who like to just come in and see what's new or talk to me about what's going on and create a community within my store. I would like to have, I guess, a real place in the Waco community, I guess is a good way to put that. A place where people feel comfortable and safe.
I love that. That's so fantastic. And again, that goes along so well with your business. Well, go ahead, plug yourself, where we can find out more information, where we can find you. Give us all the things.
All right. So the address is 1101 Richland Drive, Suite 5. It's kind of over there across, it's in the same parking lot as Cafe Cappuccino. It's across the street from Clicks and like the Hobby Lobby area. It's behind, I always say this, people don't know what it is, but it's behind where like Brazos Books and stuff is. I have a website, GranddaddyWillow.com, has a lot of our products on it. I will say that I probably won't ship in the summer months because lots of my products will melt.
Oof.
So I will, but I am going to offer in-store pickup.
Wow.
So like if you can't get in the store, but you want to get something, you can, just order online and be in the store. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as Grandaddy Willow. Just
slide in those DMs.
Willow. Yes. And I think that's it.
That's everything. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us again and just sharing your mission and sharing your light. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today?
I hope to see everyone at Grandaddy Willow, where hope for relief begins.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.